Well, ladies and gentlemen, Kari Lake said she would win. She said there was no way she would lose unless it was stolen or rigged or fraudulent. She insisted even hours into yesterday's final counting in Arizona that she would ultimately prevail and become the next governor of Arizona. And Kari Lake has lost. It is good news for sensible people and sane people, not only in Arizona, not only in the United States, but it is good news for the world. We have a world, as Donald Trump famously said, and that world is rejoicing, other than some clowns in Arizona, because Kari Lake will not be the next governor of that state. Instead, it will be Katie Hobbs, the Democrat, a completely uncontroversial, unremarkable, just normal Democrat who will hopefully run Arizona in something approximating a logical way. She won't say, well, we're going to secede. She won't say, end COVID lockdowns and mandates that don't exist. She won't try to ban abortion, and on and on and on. It has been a very slow count in Arizona, but it was finally called yesterday. Katie Hobbs prevailing over Kari Lake. Kari Lake adding yet another major endorsement fracas to Donald Trump's list. And Kari Lake and many others insisting that it is indeed fraud. We will look at Kari Lake's reaction in a moment. At the current time, it is a nearly 20,000 vote margin for Katie Hobbs. Under 1 point, understand. But it has been called, and it is fortunately very much over. What makes this all the sweeter, and I admit, I take pleasure in this. What makes this all the sweeter is the degree of arrogant confidence that Kari Lake exhibited up until quite literally hours before this was called. The arrogant confidence of Donald Trump insisting that Kari Lake would win. But it started to flip, and get to the point where, well, based on the remaining votes, Kari Lake needs 53%. Now of the remaining votes, Kari Lake needs 56%. We knew days ago that mathematically it really just wasn't adding up for Kari Lake, and indeed we have made it. Now, what about Kari Lake's Twitter feed? Well, it's been relatively quiet. She has a pinned message from September, and then only one tweet that seems to be related to the call, which is Arizonans know BS when they see it. Arizonans know BS when they see it. And of course, I had to get in there and respond to her and tell her, indeed, Arizonans saw the BS of your campaign and they voted for your opponent. Repetitive screeds and tirades from Kari Lake. Shouldn't election officials be impartial? The guys running the election have made it their mission to defeat America First Republicans. And then if there was an issue with your ballot, please submit the information here. Attention, your vote may not have been counted. You can check the status at karilake.com/cure. This is a whole thing where they want to cure the ballots. And as all of you know, why cure with so much salt when you can cold smoke and get all the flavor in a much less salty ballot? I prefer cold smoking rather than curing, but that's a culinary question for later. Kari Lake continuing, your vote may not have been counted, and on and on and on. She has not conceded as of this point in time. I could not care less whether or not she concedes. As many of you know, concession is merely a formality. It is something that, reasonable people do. Even lunatic Doug Mastriano called Josh Shapiro and said, sir, I concede. I concede, sir. You have won this election. Something Donald Trump never really did after 2020. And Kari Lake may not do it either. But a victory for common sense in Arizona. Let's continue talking about this a little bit more. I love cooking at home. I cook all the time. Having a good set of knives that you actually like to use is really important. For years, I have been a fan of the advantages that Japanese knives offer, and our sponsor, Kamikoto, makes amazing Japanese steel kitchen knives using the traditional techniques that date back to the Edo period of Japan. Kamikoto only uses steel from Japan. Each blade takes years to craft and goes through a rigorous 19-step inspection process with a lifetime guarantee. The knives come in a beautiful heavy-duty ash wood box, makes it a really great gift, easy to store as well. On the Kamikoto website, you can see a map of the Michelin star chefs all over the world using Kamikoto knives. My Kamikoto knives at home have been performing great for years. You really just can't beat the feel of a nice Japanese knife, perfectly balanced in your hand. And Kamikoto is now running a big Black Friday sale. My audience gets an extra $50 off. Go to kamikoto.com/Pacman and use the code Pacman. The link is down below.